Hello! Sorry I can't be in front of the camera. My webcam is broken, so I have to use my iToy, which has that fucking red light, and I can't look at it because, just hurts my eyes. So, just making a video about a problem that many people are having, including myself, obviously, which is the Final Fantasy XIII freezing issue. Well, for me, not so much freezing, as in froze once and then broke my PlayStation. I have the copy here, just so you know I have it. And as proof of the fault, PlayStation 3. So, yellow light. My PS3, I've had it for about 3 years. 60GB, never had a problem with it. Looked after it, all that kind of crap. No dust, whatever. For about 40 hours into Final Fantasy 13, got into a XIII fight with one of those Undying chaps, and it just froze for the first time. Turned it off, turned it back on. The PlayStation came on, as in with a green light. Didn't display anything, so to be honest, I just took this as a hint to take out the disc while I had the chance, which is a good idea because if I hadn't, I wouldn't be getting it out now. Turned it off again, turned it back on, got the yellow light. To be honest, I don't really expect anyone to see this video, and it's really for my own benefit to say that I've actually done something, because I'm so pissed off about it. It happened about 2 days ago, and over those 2 days I've been kind of going back and forth with Sony, over the phone, emailing them, and not really getting anywhere. It's really disappointing for a number of reasons, mainly because it's a really good game, I was enjoying it, and now I'll never get to see how it ends, because apparently this is happening on the Slims and the Xbox 360, though on the 360 it's nowhere near as prevalent, or so I hear. So I won't be getting Final Fantasy 13 again. Why it happens, I'm not really sure. Some people are saying it's faulty discs, though my one is fine. Something about the way they make the discs, that you can see little dots in them. Mine is fine. Another theory is the whole fact that it doesn't actually have to install on your console, which, to be honest, I kind of agree with that one more than anything, because you think of something like Metal Gear Solid 4, where after every act that it has to install the next act on the console before you get to play it, and that takes up next to a whole Blu-ray DVD. Final Fantasy 13 comes on 3 discs, I think, on the Xbox 360, so it must take up a fair chunk of the Blu-ray DVD on the PlayStation 3, and the fact that it doesn't have to install is pretty impressive until, it goes ahead and just wrecks your console. I think a lot of people out there are skeptical about this, and I know there are other videos on YouTube which I've seen about the same issue, and only seen them after it happened to me, of course. I didn't actually know about this. I hadn't got the game for a while after it came out, because I was in college, so I wouldn't really get a chance to play it. So I decided to pick it up, and knew nothing about this. Playing it, enjoying it, and then, boom, this shit happens. Anyway, so I contact Sony. They pretty much didn't deny it over the phone, but they said they couldn't discuss this kind of thing over the phone, which is basically bullshit, really. But I didn't really argue too much, because the guy on the phone was pretty decent about the whole thing. But really, again, what they're saying, you have to pay $150 to repair it. When I described my problem, basically said the yellow light is just an indicator. It could be anything. It might be the game, might not be. Because some people are having problems with their PlayStation 3, as in some can't read discs, like PlayStation 3 game discs. Some can't read any discs, and in my case, another couple of people are like just getting the yellow light and their console's completely fucked. It's happening to far too many people to just be a simple, the fact that, at the release of every big game, there's people on the internet, Modern Warfare 2 broke my console, or Heavy Rain, or whatever. I really don't think that's the case this time, that it's a numbers issue, that so many people bought the game that there's always going to be a couple with problems, and that's just, a coincidence. Because really, all you have to do is a quick search on Google to see Final Fantasy 13 freezing and breaking, and you get an absolute influx of posts on forums, that whole lawsuit thing, which a lot of people were complaining about on forums, saying it's ridiculous or whatever. To be honest, fair fucks to the dude. He's taken some initiative. Sony fucked him over. He's gonna try and fuck him back. fair play, and I hope it goes well for him. So yeah, that's basically it. I'm really just putting it out here, and even at its worst, it'll be another example of a person who's had problems as well. Just something else I want to touch on while I'm, bullshitting is I was reading on forum posts, and a lot of people are having problems. Other people are saying the people that are having problems are just full of shit. And there's really a hell of a lot of loyalty towards Sony and Microsoft from people who are just it's like they're in love with them or something. I swear some people have this image of like Sony and Microsoft are like Santa's fucking workshop or something, where you got a couple of guys running the thing and they're all really nice and decent. You got Jim, John and Tom, and you have a problem with your console, you just ring them up and they're like, oh yeah, okay, that's fine, we'll just send you another one out. Instead of what it actually is a huge corporation, and at the end of the day, as long as they got your money, they don't give a fuck about you. Because I've been buying Sony products I've bought the PlayStation 1, I've bought the PlayStation 2, and I bought the PS3. Not out of any sort of loyalty towards them, I just like their products. And the one time, I've never had any problems with any of their products until now, and the one time I do, they basically leave me with my dick swinging in the wind. And everyone else with this problem, they leave them out in the cold. And that is really disappointing. I'm not surprised as such, because they are like anything, a big corporation. And as far as customer support goes, they're all nice and fine on the phone, but as the big problem with any of these big corporations, one day you're talking to one person, the next day you're talking to somebody completely different. So, it's like going over the same thing again and having to explain it from the start to someone new. Which is pointless anyway, because, as I said, you don't really get anywhere. But anyway, yeah. That's about it, really. Don't have much more to say on the subject. Just really think people should have a bit more common sense when it comes to dealing with these companies and what they're thinking of them, or what they think of them. Because they're your best friend until something goes wrong, and then they don't want to know about it. I mean, even I hate using it as an example because everyone just suddenly assumes you're on Microsoft's back, which is the red rings of death. I mean, again, posts saying, oh, when it came to Microsoft, with the red rings of death, they sorted it out, they put on an extended warranty, they were fixing consoles for free. Forgetting the fact that when it first became known that this was an issue, thousands of people had to pay Microsoft to fix their consoles. Microsoft denied that there was any sort of inherent fault in the machine, and it took many months, and I think they got fined a shitload of money by an international agency or whatever, collection, overlooking that kind of thing, that said basically they were selling it knowing that about every console had this inherent fault and that they were just being irresponsible. And then they went back and they put on an extended warranty and said, okay, we'll fix your consoles for free, we're sorry, and expect everyone to buy it. And everyone did buy it, in fairness. It's just forgotten about, and it's terrible. I mean, I'm not going to get my console repaired by Sony. I'm not paying for it, and I'm not going to buy a new one. I don't expect everybody with this problem to do that. I'm strangely fortunate that I have a 360 as well. Just I got lucky on eBay, and thankfully that hasn't crapped out on me either, which is why I say strangely fortunate. It's an Elite, so I mean, I think the red rings of death are less prevalent, but still, I'm paranoid as fuck every day I turn it on now, just in case something goes wrong. But for everyone else, it's really up to you. I mean, I'm not getting it repaired, paying to get it repaired, just out of principle. So whatever you do, it's up to yourself. That's about it, really. So if anyone's seen this and they don't know about this issue, if it's helped, brilliant. For everyone else, good luck. Hopefully Sony sort it out, or Square, whoever, they decide to work together and sort this issue out and stop leaving us, people affected, just fucked. So, see ya.